Ever notice how some men destroy their own respect without even realizing it? Not through failure, not through weakness, but through the words they speak. Every boast, every excuse, every careless phrase chips away at the power they could have had. Meanwhile, a Stoic man moves silently, letting his actions speak while others chatter. His words are weapons, his silent strategy, and his life untouchable. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the 7 phrases that betray a man's mind and how to replace them with the calm, relentless wisdom of a Stoic warrior. Listen closely, because your tongue reveals your destiny. Ever notice how some men destroy their own respect without even realizing it? Not through failure, not through weakness, but through the words they speak. They talk too much, defend too fast, and brag too often. Every word that leaves their mouths chips away at the credibility they could have otherwise built. You can spot them anywhere. Loud, insecure, desperate to sound smart. They believe that speaking is equivalent to being, but every time they open their mouths, they leak power. A Stoic man, however, is different. He understands that silence is not emptiness. It is strategy. He knows that words, once spoken, cannot be retrieved. They can only be regretted. As Epictetus wisely said, better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Because your words do more than describe you, they define you. In this discourse, we will uncover 7 statements that the foolish man frequently utters, and how each can be replaced by the calm, disciplined wisdom of the Stoic warrior. Comment below. I choose wisdom over noise. 1. I already know that. The foolish man's favorite phrase. 3 words that sound confident yet rot the mind from within. I already know that. He says it with pride, as if mere knowledge equals wisdom. But the truth is, he does not know. He clings to fragments of information he once heard, clinging to them like armor because admitting ignorance feels like weakness. He would rather appear smart than become wise. The Stoics saw this clearly. Epictetus said, "You cannot learn what you think you already know." The fool treats knowledge as a shield. He hides behind it, defending against new ideas and perspectives. The Stoic man, however, treats knowledge as a sword, constantly sharpening it through practice, reflection, and humility. Real intelligence is not having the answers. It is asking better questions and never settling for the illusion of certainty. Modern men confuse information with understanding. Scrolling through motivational videos, podcasts, and books does not create wisdom. Reading about discipline is not discipline. Talking about strength is not strength. Knowledge without action is noise disguised as insight. The Stoic warrior transforms truth into habit, embodying every lesson rather than merely repeating it. The next time you're tempted to say, "I already know that," pause and ask, "Do I live this? Do I practice it? Or am I merely quoting it to feel clever?" The path of the Stoic is always active, never passive. 2. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. These words are the anthem of weakness, the mantra of a man who relinquishes his power to everyone but himself. Every time he utters them, he becomes smaller, blaming circumstances, people, or luck. He seeks sympathy instead of strength, consolation instead of action. But the world owes him nothing. Life does not pause to comfort those who complain. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Epictetus wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Responsibility is the highest form of freedom. When you stop pointing fingers, you free both hands to build your life. Blame is a temporary relief that costs power, eroding self-respect and potential. The Stoic does not deny challenges. He accepts them. He sees betrayal, adversity, and unfairness as training grounds. While the fool laments the storm, the Stoic learns to sail through it. Every act of responsibility strengthens his mind and his will. Replace "it's not my fault" with "I take responsibility for everything." It is not a confession of weakness. It is sovereignty. Ownership of one's life transforms obstacles into opportunity and excuses into armor. 3. I don't care what anyone thinks. This phrase may sound powerful, but it is usually the voice of a man who has been hurt, judged, or belittled and now hides behind apathy. He wants to convince himself he is free, yet the louder he asserts it, the more he still cares. Indifference born from bitterness is not strength. It is a mask for unresolved pain. The Stoics taught the summit, not detachment from reality. Marcus Aurelius did not ignore the world. He filtered it. He asked, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Freedom comes from self-control, not rebellion. Real power does not need slogans or protests. It operates quietly through virtue. The fool seeks approval through rebellion. The Stoic earns respect by acting rightly, regardless of recognition. Care selectively. Care about integrity, action, and principles, not popularity. The man who chases validation loses himself. The man who lives by virtue earns trust silently. True power is not in claiming indifference. It is in embodying it. For that's just how I am. These 5 words are the silent killer of growth. They are the anthem of stagnation, a declaration that comfort is preferable to character. Every time a man says, that's just how I am, he builds a prison of excuses and identity. But humans are not fixed. We are fluid, shaped by discipline or decay. Stoicism teaches transformation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. You are not your habits. You are your training. Every act of conscious change weakens the grip of past patterns. The Stoic warrior doesn't cling to labels. He evolves. Impatience becomes patience. Impulsiveness becomes reflection. Selfishness becomes generosity. Replace that's just how I am with I am becoming better than I was. Life is not a sentence. It is a series of decisions made in alignment with virtue. Growth is refinement, not betrayal. The oak does not apologize for outgrowing its seed. The caterpillar does not apologize for becoming a butterfly. Transformation is duty, not indulgence. 5. I'll do it later. Procrastination is a silent thief, stealing time, potential, and discipline. Every fool believes in endless tomorrows. I'll start next week. I'll fix myself soon. I'll be serious after the season. Someday becomes never. The Stoics call this the greatest illusion, the belief that time is abundant. Seneca wrote, while we delay, life speeds by. The Stoic warrior acts immediately. Action is a cure for hesitation. Momentum, not motivation, builds power. The small, unglamorous steps, the workout, the hard conversation, the disciplined exercise a day, accumulate into mastery tomorrow. Procrastination comforts the weak. Action empowers the strong. Do it now. Build the habit. Forge the will. Replace I'll do it later with I'll do it now. The future respects the man who commands the present. Hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever could. 6. Nobody respects me. Respect is not given. It is radiated. Most men lose it quietly, compromising values, tolerating disrespect, seeking validation. When they cry, nobody respects me, it is usually a confession, I do not respect myself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Self-respect is internal consistency, integrity, and discipline. The world reflects the man who commands his inner state. Speak truth. Control emotions. Honor commitments. External respect follows the internal work. Replace nobody respects me with I am rebuilding my respect one choice at a time. Through action, the invisible becomes visible. Through discipline, presence becomes authority. 7. Life is unfair. Life is never fair. The weak cry this aloud, hoping for justification. The Stoic accepts it and thrives. Life does not owe comfort. It offers tests. Seneca wrote, fire tests gold. Adversity tests the brave. Every betrayal, setback, and insult is a lesson in discipline, endurance, and self-mastery. The fool laments. The Stoic trains. Fairness is mediocrity. Adversity is opportunity. Accept the reality of hardship and use it to become formidable. Replace life is unfair with life is testing me and I am ready. Strength comes not from ease but from overcoming obstacles. Mastery comes from persistence, not complaint. The Stoic warrior does not pray for balance. He prays for resilience. Conclusion. A foolish man speaks to defend his ego. A wise man speaks to develop his mind. Your words reveal your fears, pride, and discipline, or your lack of it. The fool says, I already know. The Stoic says, teach me. The fool blames the world. The Stoic owns his choices. The fool speaks to impress. The Stoic speaks to express truth. Words without action are noise. Words aligned with principles become a force. From this day forward, watch your tongue as a warrior watches a sword. Speak less, mean more, and let silence carry the weight of 1,000 wise men. Comment below, I speak with wisdom. The tongue reveals the mind, and the mind shapes destiny. Choose your words, actions, and discipline wisely. Live as a Stoic warrior, and the world cannot shake you.